Hey, welcome to, man, I guess this is week 5 of End Strong, Start Strong. Oh man, I can't believe it. Really, let's just pause. Moment of silence for 2020. Okay, that's enough. We probably should moment of silence for the holidays, moment of silence for, there's been a lot of moment of silence, hasn't there, in the last couple months. But man, I'm excited. I know this End Strong, Start Strong has looked a little bit different. We started out, we're back in Studio B, and I got Torin in the house, MC Torin, you know, you guys, he can't hear you, you can't hear, but he's here. And we got our camera crew, the whole crew. And let me tell you, when I say crew, man, it's everywhere. The crew is, anyways, we're having fun. Studio B, we're back in here. And I think we're going to continue to do this. We're going to put a little bit more vision and clarity behind it, but look out in 2021 for maybe a new year, new you. In the last couple weeks, I've been at home for the holidays, much like you have been at home. Maybe you've been with family and traveling. It's a busy time of year. It's December 30th. So that's why people aren't in here right now, is because people are doing last minute things, getting ready for the new year, but it doesn't stop us from ending strong so that we can start strong. So thank you to everybody that's logging in. Thank you for the ones that have been so faithful. I mean, 5 weeks straight. I got a text today from a friend saying, hey, are we going live tonight at 7? And I said, absolutely. So I know there are some people that are looking forward to it, and it really does mean a lot to me. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully it's helped you. If you want to go back and watch the last 4 episodes, I don't want to take too much of your time tonight doing a big, huge recap of everything, but I would encourage you to, we're going to have a full leadership channel here on our church YouTube page. So I want to make sure that you're subscribing for all sorts of content, whether it's a message on the weekend because you couldn't make it, maybe it's an update of things that we have going on, maybe it's some leadership stuff, maybe it's some of our kids stuff. You never know all the great things that are going to be happening in 2021. So love for you to subscribe so you can see all the things that are coming. But more importantly, if you're wanting to end strong to start strong, I would encourage you to go back and watch week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 to get to this place tonight. We started at the beginning. Why does this matter? And we have moved our way all the way through. Last week, very quickly, we just talked about how to stay motivated. How to stay committed when the drought comes or when I don't feel like it. And I gave you just a couple little principles that I try to live by, and I hope it encouraged you. Sorry if we had any technical difficulties on there, getting some things up. You know how that goes. But I'm excited about tonight. This is week 5, End Strong, Start Strong. What in the world could we even talk about tonight? Well, I know we hit on it just a little bit in week 3. I kind of started talking a little bit about it because it mattered when it came to dealing with SMART goals. Because the number one way to continue to be developed and continue to grow and to continue to keep things smart is to do what? Is to have accountability. So we're going to talk tonight very briefly on accountability, on being accountable to who? To yourself. To yourself. You're not doing this for me. You're not doing this for your family, although they will reap the benefits of you becoming a better person, a better human. You're not doing this for your wife, although your wife is going to be so grateful that you're becoming a better husband, a better man. Your kids, your employers, everything. It's gonna begin to streamline down into every area of your life. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're not doing this for anybody else, right? Except for you. If nobody else believes in you, you believe in you. If nobody else motivates you, motivate yourself. If nobody else is keeping you accountable, keep yourself accountable. And that's why we write down some things. We make some lists. We put some initiatives out there to help us, give us little steps along the way, because sometimes the overall picture can seem very daunting. But everybody in this life needs a coach. I believe it. I don't care how great you are, how great you get. You find me the best. Who's the best boxer you can think of? I know there's probably some arguing going on in the house if two people are watching this on the same computer, because one person might have said, let's make it even better. Who's the best basketball player of all time? Now I'm just pulling for disagreement, right? What do they all have in common? We can talk for days about Michael Jordan, the best basketball player of all time. And some of you are like, I'm out, logging off now. No. Just hear me out. And some of you would say LeBron James, and some of you would say, the list could go forever. Actually, I don't know if it could go forever, but it could go for at least like 2 or 3, okay? But what, outside of being incredible and having great work ethic and having self-motivation and doing things that were elite that nobody else would do in order to get to where nobody else is. You know, I've heard stories about the great soccer players, the great football players, the Tom Bradys, the Peyton Mannings, the Russell Wilsons, these guys that have dedication, that have discipline. These are all the things that you need, right? But a lot of us, we don't play sports. We don't wake up. We don't have a nutritionist. We don't have a workout regimen. We don't have, aren't able to spend $1 million on our body a year. We aren't able to do certain things. Some of us are lucky to get to the gym once a week. And in quarantine, who can even get to the gym? We just doing push-ups in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. And then we don't even want the motivation for that, right? So sometimes self-motivation, self-discipline, all those things, it just kind of go out the window. And you say to yourself, what am I supposed to do? Well, what did all three of those guys, or anything great, anybody you aspire to be, to look up to, what do they have in common? The greatest ones have a coach. Coaches have coaches. I don't know where it started. I don't know the lineage of like, I'm the first coach of all time. I'm the coachiest coach. Maybe that's not even a thing. But Phil Jackson played, and Phil Jackson has a coach. And Michael Jordan played, and Michael Jordan had a coach. And LeBron James has a coach. The best in the world. The best in the world. And why? Because coaches can pull out of you what you might not want to pull out of you. It doesn't mean you can't. It just means you might not want to at that time. And that's what the greatest coach is. And there's many different ways that you can coach, and I'm not trying to get into that. But what I'm trying to say is everybody tonight, we are 2 days away. 2 days away from 2021. The clock is going to strike 12, whether we like it or not, tomorrow night. And when it does, here we go. The game plan is on. Everything we've worked for the last 5 weeks, and maybe even before that, all of 2020 doesn't just disappear, but it's the past. We can't change it. The only thing we can do is we can look ahead to what's in front of us. And we say to ourselves, all right, who's going to coach me when times get tough? It's interesting about accountability. I'm using the word coaching, but what I'm talking about is accountability. But I know we have different beliefs, different understandings when it comes to accountability. Because a lot of people like the idea of accountability. They just want you, though, really to just agree. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I want you to keep me accountable. These are things that I want to do. And we're 3 months into March, and you wrote these things down, and you have a meeting with your coach, your personal friend, somebody who's helping you along the way. And you're saying, you sit down and you say, hey, I actually really haven't got. And they're not going to be like, great, good. I'm glad you haven't done it. If they are, then they're not helpful. They're not helping you. If they're allowing you to be lazy, if they're allowing you to procrastinate, if they're allowing you to be everything that you have put yourself to be, then they're not helping, they're hurting. There's two people in life. There's leaners or there's lifters. Now, we've been in seasons of our life where I'm leaning on this table, and this table is supporting me. There are leaners, there are lifters, people that lift people up. And the hope is that you don't stay leaning forever. You might have limped through 2020. You might be leaning on a table right now, but my hope is that you'll be strong enough that somebody can lean on you. Lean on me in your arm. I'll stop. Come on, we're having fun. It's almost 2021. Be a lifter, not a leaner. How do you do that? You find people in your life that will lift you. Another a little cliche that I like to use is we're either consumers or contributors. You either get to consume everything, I'm just going to consume because this is my right and I'm entitled to it, and we're going to consume. And you may have consumed. You may have consumed all of 2020 because you were in that place, but you get yourself out of that place of consumption and start contributing. How do you contribute? You contribute with time, you contribute with energy, you contribute with money, you contribute with purpose, you contribute with sacrifice. There's so many different ways. But you'll never be a contributor if you've stopped doing everything that you plan to do in March. Now let me give you a personal example. I've told everyone in Studio B and for the last 5 weeks, one of my goals for 2021 is to finish my book. Brandon Peart, the guy sitting right here in a canary yellow, is this canary, maybe mustard, I don't know, shirt, is going to write a book in 2021. And if you hear that, and if you don't keep me accountable, then I'm asking you, hey, help me. Now, I'm not asking you to write my book. I'm not asking you to do it for me. But I am saying, why don't you check up? Hey, man, how's your book going? I mean, don't be a jerk about it. But hey, have you started? Where are you at? Have you come up with a title? Tell me about it. Why? Because we're helping push people along. You help me, I help you, you help somebody else. That's contributors, that's lifters. We've been called to lift people up, man. We've been called to contribute. And you don't have to have $1 million to help somebody. You can just have a little bit of interest. Hey, I remember when you said you were going to start that blog. What's the address? Oh, you haven't started yet? Okay. Is there anything I can do to help? I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, this is so elementary. But is it? Or what if we all could be like that? What if we all could find interest? Because that's what coaches do. That's what coaches do. You know, I've been reflecting on 2021, and I've been thinking about all the things that I believe that you're going to do in 2021. Have you? I mean, all the things. Don't you see it just kind of lining up? You're getting to a spot where you feel like, all right, here we go. Accountability for yourself. And then you find somebody. This is what I was saying. We're 2 days away. We're 2 days away. I want you to think of two people. Two people. If you can't think of two, think of one person. One person that you could call. Don't text them. It's nonchalant. It feels like it doesn't really matter. Don't send them an email. Get their number. Call them and say, hey, do you have a little bit of time? Because these are some things that I'm wanting to accomplish. Now, clearly, you're going to have a relationship with them. I mean, unless you find somebody that does this for a profession, I don't think that's a bad thing to do either. But you find somebody. You say, hey, this is what I'm wanting to accomplish. And I'm asking you to keep me accountable. Not to always agree with what I'm doing, but to lift me up, to help me be a contributor, to help me get to where I'm trying to be, and to not let me stay in a slump. Listen, I'm not trying to be the bearer of bad news, but I have a feeling that we all might find ourselves at one point next year with at least one bad hour. Okay. Don't let one bad hour turn into two. This is why you need accountability. This is why you need somebody to help you. Because you'll be accountable to yourself. I believe that. I'm going to be as accountable to myself, but there's something powerful when you surround yourself with people who are trying to achieve not necessarily the same things that you're trying to achieve, but they're trying to accomplish, they're trying to achieve their own personal. It's like a competition, not against each other, but against yourself. And when I see you winning, it makes me want to win. Have you heard the saying, watch who you surround yourself with? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Have you heard that? Perfect example right there. If you hang out, with a bunch of people that have no motivation, no goals, no aspirations, crawling into 2021, wish it wouldn't even have happened, it's coming on that, then that's going to rub off on you. And as much as you would like to think that it's not, it will. But man, if you surround yourself with winners, I don't know anybody that doesn't like to win. I like to win. I'm telling you, I like to win so much, I will put myself in positions to win. Do you like to win? I bet you like to win. My son, he likes to win so much that he's even figured out a way to make third place still winning. Think about that. We were playing Xbox the other day. He lost, and he said, well, at least I scored 21 points. That's personal best. I feel like I won. And I thought, that's the mindset we all need for 2021. 2021. 2021. You still don't get it yet. 2021. I know you're seeing it 2-0, 2-0, or excuse me, 2-0, 2-1. 2021. 1 W-O-N. 2021. That's for you. That's you. You're going to win this year. You're going to win this year. I believe you're going to win this year. It's in you. You want to win. Maybe this is the first year in 20 years you've wanted to win. Maybe this is the first year you've ever even had to try to win. But this is your year to win. I'm here to help you. This isn't a plug for Brandon, but this is what I've been called to do. And if you can't think of anybody else to help you through 2021, you can reach out to me. I have Instagram, I have Facebook, not on a lot. My email, you can go to our website at ourchurch.us. You can ask a friend for my number, however you want. Let me help you. We're in this together. And the next year, we're going to do something similar. Might be revamped. Maybe we've grown. Maybe we got a studio C, D, and E. Who knows? But I promise you, if you do everything that we've worked to do in the last 5 weeks, you won't be here in this place. So you got this. 2021 is for you. So, you got 36 hours. Find somebody. If you need me, you know how to get in touch with me. We are here for you. I hope you have a wonderful new year. I hope this has blessed you. I believe we're going to package this all up. If you know somebody that needs to hear this, it's not too late. The 5 weeks into January, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks. It's never too late to start. So start right now. Happy New Year.